It's moving day. That's right. Moving again. And the company that is doing this move has 3 people. That is one more person than we really need. When I went to do some touch up on the walls, the paint did not match. So, and it was a huge area that I did, and I did it in multiple places, and I thought, okay, well, maybe it'll dry lighter. It didn't. And that was a few days ago. And then I was like, well, I am not a slumlord, and so I have to repaint the whole place. And that is what I've been doing. I was gonna do a condo tour, which I kind of got in a little bit, as much as I could, because it was crunch time, you know, trying to paint as much as I could so I can get on the road and then clean it and film it. And yeah, not the way I thought things would go, but I hated the paint that they had anyway. It's actually, I'm not finished. So it's actually this beige color, and I don't want that. So I have this gray. You'll see here on this wall, it's all finished. The bathroom is done, the hallway entry, and then I have to do my bedroom and closet. So let's chatty poo-poo. I will get into the details of my move and why I'm moving in another video. Right now, I'm just kind of covering moving and what I've had to do to prepare for that. I was pretty much set and ready to roll until the painting situation came up. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot leave it like this, and I'm not hiring it out. It was already cost enough to just do it yourself. But I like it way better because the paint that they had was a flat finish, and that is horrendous for scuff marks. So I got an eggshell. Unless you're a builder and trying to cheap out or something, or have an apartment or a commercial space that you rent, don't do flat or matte. Do at least eggshell, because then you can wipe it down. And it still does blend in somewhat well. This company, the companies are contracted by the military. And so I've been like going through some of my stuff, and the girl, I came in here and I was putting some of my clothes in my drawers, and she had shoved my nice things in the drawer that needed to be wrapped separately. I'm like, this needs to be wrapped. Yeah. I've literally, I'm not even exaggerating, only gotten like 2 and 3 hours of sleep the last 2 nights. So, and my back is killing me. I mean, I've just had so much to do. Find a property management company. And then my loan officer from when I moved in contacted me and said, hey, rates are low. Like literally, honestly, the week before last, he contacted me and said, you can he said, if you want to refinance, you can do it. I said, look, I'm moving. I'm not going to be living there. Because I had been getting a ton of offers in the mail for a reduced interest rate refinance for a VA loan. And then I looked it up, and you have to either be living in the property or show that you lived in there. And so I am refinancing my property. It's just been such a whirlwind living here, and now I'm not. I'm really sad about leaving my condo because I do love it. I don't love the bedroom, and there not being a window, but overall, I mean, probably out of 100%, I like it 90%, because I didn't think I would like the kitchen, because I always hated those kitchens that are in the hall, but there's so much storage there. It's not even funny. I'm sure I'm forgetting things that I wanted to talk about, but I am exhausted, and I still need to gather up some of the items that I need to section off and then see to my cords at my computer. And yeah, so that is just the update right now on the move. I think I'll check in again when I finish painting and when I'm all totally out, and then see how that goes. But I am looking forward to getting on the road, because that means I will be done, at least on the East Coast, and then I'm moving to the West Coast, actually. But stay tuned for that. And yeah, my road trip back across country, not to Utah. It's 4:15. It's been a long day. That was not the most pleasant experience of all my military moves. Man, I'm gonna have to talk to the company, the manager, because these people are contracted by the government, and you would think that. So they scratched at my floor, took video of all that. And when I saw the first scratch, I said, there's a scratch on my floor, you guys need to be careful. Okay, yeah. Well, then I'm all over the building, because I'm seeing to the storage units with the other mover and getting that situated. And I come back and the guy's like, hey, you have other scratches here, and they're all over my floor. I said, no, I just moved in here. This is a brand new property. This is from today, from you guys moving all around. And I have pads on all of my heavy pieces, my desk, my couch, my bed, my dresser. I put furniture pads, heavy duty felt pads under all of those so that they wouldn't scratch the floor. And I'm echoing, so I'm gonna go in the closet. I need to sit down. My back freaking hurts from painting. So then I come back from the storage unit, and there is what looks like wet all over my floor. And then I'm like, wait a minute, where did that come from? Because initially I thought maybe it came from my treadmill box, because there was oil, like a little container of oil, but I already packed that. And I'm like, what the heck? And I felt it greasy. They put my cooking oil that they can't pack, because they can't pack certain items like cooking oil, batteries, open Tide Pods, light bulbs, things like that. They can't pack it. So they took my cooking oil from out of my shelf. So they took my cooking oil from out of my cabinet and smeared it all over the scratches all on my floor. Where's my phone? Pissed. And here I am in these slipper booty things. All of a sudden I'm slipping, and I'm like, what the heck? So they come in here and I'm like, did you put oil on my floor? And the main guy's like, the other guy did. Why did you do that? You cannot put oil on a customer's floor, on a customer's property. Well, yeah. So then I asked the other guy, and they're in here adjusting the bed, and that's a whole nother thing. They weren't going to take off the legs. They weren't going to unscrew the end part that keeps the mattress from sliding off the bed when you raise the head. They weren't going to take any of that off. And I'm like, to the other guy, I'm like, did you put cooking? I said, to the other guy, I said, did you put oil on my floor? And he's like, no, it was him. And the other guy was right there. And I'm like, what the heck? And they're like, then they started fighting. They were getting real rowdy with each other. I'm like, what in the... It was a mess. And so here I am trying to clean up the floor with cleaner that they have made a mess all over my floor and made it slippery and a hazard in here. So And then they didn't even bring up enough packing material. Like they were wrapping my pillows in heavy duty wrapping material, and then they ran out of the material because I would just see my items open, like my bench, my cart, my whatever else. It's a far cry from the last movers who moved me out of Utah. They wrapped a box of tissues, okay, in multiple sheets of that packing paper. And this is what it seemed like. There was just so much stuff that they wrapped individually. These guys were just throwing crap together. They were leaving stuff in the hallway, completely blocking the hallway. I had to tell them, like, hey, you cannot leave that stuff in the hallway, because they would have like a huge load of stuff down by the freight elevator and then be down in the loading dock putting some of the stuff in. Like, okay, load the elevator, take it out. Load the elevator, take it out. That's what I've done. That's what the last movers did. So I said, you guys are creating a fire hazard. You need to move that out of here, because it was completely blocked. My crap was all over this floor. And then all of a sudden there's these guys who show up in my property, and they're like, who are the other guys? I'm like, who are you? They're like, oh, well, we're with the moving company. Well, I know, I had to ask, are you with the movers? Yeah. I'm like, how come you're here? And they said, oh, they asked us to come and help. And so then there was 3 additional guys who showed up. 3. And there were already 3 who came. So 6 people to move my 630 square foot, 1-bedroom, hardly any furniture, hardly any junk condo, okay? 6 people. Crazy, absolutely crazy. The one guy though, who seemed like he was the lead of that crew, he was very nice. He said who he was, he shook my hand, introduced himself, which I thought was very considerate. And then I asked him how long he's been doing it, because I noticed like the way he was wrapping all the stuff. He was wrapping my stuff before taking it down to the dock. Whereas the other guys, they took my adjustable base bed frame. Okay, that Tempur-Pedic bed, the queen size flex mattress, adjustable base, cost me $5,000. And they are just taking it downstairs without even wrapping it. Nobody has ever done that. And so they take it, and I'm like, are you gonna wrap that? Because they have it on the dolly. I'm like, are you gonna wrap that? Well, yeah, the mattress cover is downstairs. I'm like, okay, well, that's a very expensive piece of furniture, and it already has 1 tear from the last move, and I don't want it torn again. And he's like, oh, you can come down and watch. You better believe I was all over the place. I was watching them in the truck, up here, in my storage unit. Like, there were 3 of them to try to keep track of. Was just, for people who have been doing moves, like the lead guy, he said he's been doing this since 1992. You would just think that they would be a little bit more on their game. It's just get in, get out, throw the stuff together. It's just getting thrown in crates anyway. Who cares? Like, we don't care if we're sliding crap along the floor or, not wrapping everything up. Like, you guys are contracted by the military. You need to take some pride. And it's people's hard-earned money that they've used to spend on this. Knock at the door. Oh my gosh. Here we go. So that was them. They came in and they wanted to take pictures. I'm like, I'm gonna send pictures. And I tried to clean off all of the oil. I cannot believe, like, who puts cooking oil on somebody's floor? It's all greasy. That's seriously so messed up. So here they did. You know what? Or maybe they sprayed my spray. They probably did that because doing it by hand with that would have taken too long. So they might have done that and sprayed this all over it. Yeah, now my hand is covered. Oh yeah, this is saturated. What the? Not happy at all. Moving on. So, oh man, I'm just so tired. I need to paint my bedroom, paint my closet, and finish painting this room. I did all of the trim by hand. I swear the ceiling, it's not even paint. It seems like it's primer because I was just cutting in. I didn't tape in here. But when I was back brushing, I got some on the ceiling, and that's me trying to clean it off. So I just wipe it off, right? It wiped off the whole thing. I swear it's primer, not even paint. But anyway, my feet are killing me. I need to wash this oil off of my hand. Such a joke. This painting is gonna take me forever, but I'd like to get that done. Oh, I need to hang up my towel rack because I didn't like how low it was. I'm sure they made it handicap accessible, but dude, it was way, way too low. So I'm redoing that. Dang it, I have to do that. I need to get my stuff situated and my car situated for when I hit the road. I bought a hitch cargo carrier. I have one, but it is for my mini bike and it is in Utah also. So I bought this other one and I'm so glad that I did because I really, really like it. I had been looking at them for about a month and found this one that can hold 600 pounds. Now my hitch cannot carry that much weight, but it can hold 600 pounds. I bought the LED lights to go with it. I already put it together, hooked up the lights, drove it around for a couple days to make sure, if there was any issues, somebody could flag me and let me know, but it's all works well. And then I have my roof basket because I want a little bit more space in the car itself when I drive. Oh man, there's one other thing. Oh, I need to get my oil changed. And the paint that I got is a Sherwin-Williams color. It is On the Rocks. It's called On the Rocks 7671, I believe. But I had Home Depot match the color, and that's what I'm working with in case anybody wants to know the paint color. I went with Home Depot instead of going to Sherwin-Williams because I get a military discount there. So anywho, I think I'm gonna go find some food so I haven't eaten and start taping. All finished. I highly recommend, if you're painting, to just get one of these. If you're getting multiple gallons, you should get a 5 bucket gallon anyway and pour them all in there and mix them together so that your color is consistent. But this is so much easier than those trays. I just have this for the edging, and this is my roller I use for the corners and ceiling and baseboards this go around so much quicker. The longest thing is the taping. But all done. Just need to peel off the rest of the tape. I ran out of that tape, so I just got pretty tired in here with this closet rod thing, whatever you want to call it, because eventually, I mean, not that I'll ever probably live in here again, but I want to replace the closets, which I was gonna do, but it was gonna be a few $1,000s, and you know, I got other expenses. So it's my sleeping quarters that I moved out to, and just gotta straighten up now. I am gonna get an empty can and put the rest of that paint in there for touch-up paint.